America is not a racist country.
Many of you might have heard by now the director of Black Panther was arrested at a Bank of America and accused of robbery. And guess what? There was no robbery. If these people could just get it right one time, it would be shocking. I could see if you made accusations and you were right on the money. Y'all be making accusations and don't be right about nothing. That's the sad part about the whole thing. But, these are all deliberate acts, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, black people are so bad. They're just so awful, oh, so evil. They just go out here and keep committing crimes. And then come to find out, you're making these accusations and not panning out to be nothing. That says it all right there. All right, y'all. So this actually happened in January, but it's just leaking out in the media now. See, that's how you know they are fully aware they're in the wrong. Okay. If they were right and he was really robbing the bank, they would have put it out immediately. All right. Oscar nominated Black Panther director Ryan Coogler was falsely accused of being a bank robber and was detained by police after trying to withdraw his own money from Bank of America. I sure hope you got your money out of there. Body cam footage released Wednesday shows Coogler being mistaken as a bank robber and detained by the Atlanta police. I stated to the officers that arrested me that had their Glocks out that I was pulling money out of my own account, Coogler said in the video as he was freed from the handcuffs. But he shouldn't have been put in handcuffs. And how are you going to make an accusation that somebody robbed a bank and they really didn't? What kind of tellers do y'all have there? Wow. Mm-mm-mm. So, of course, there was a widespread public backlash over the bank's incompetence. It's similar to the story of a black lawyer who was denied when he tried to cash a settlement check. Yeah, I remember that. I did a story on that. Critics say that Bank of America has a history of anti black sentiment. Coogler, who is best known for directing films like Black Panther and Fruitvale Station, the Oscar Grant story. I know what that one is. Had handed a teller a withdrawal slip on January 7th, asking for $12,000 in cash. He showed his ID and also wrote instructions for the bank teller to, on the withdrawal slip, stating, I would like to withdraw 12,000 in cash from my checking account. Please do the money count somewhere else. I would like to be discreet. So he didn't want that 12,000 counted out in the open for everybody to see. In the body cam video, the bank teller told the Atlanta police that she received a notification from Coogler's account alerting her that his withdrawal request was a high risk transaction, which she called a red flag. She also was skeptical based on Coogler's attire. So what's wrong with what he got on? He got a hoodie on and some pants. What's wrong? And a hat on his head. Because he's looking like that, he couldn't possibly have 12,000 in his account. What kind of damn logic is that? Okay. He has on sunshades, he has on a black hat. Those are red flags we look for in the bank. Well, what do y'all do when people are wearing a lot of sunglasses based on the season? A lot of people wear sunglasses year round. I didn't realize that was a crime, but I guess it is to a bank, huh? The teller said in the January 7th footage, citing that the bank security protocol, she also added that she was pregnant and worried about her personal safety and whether or not Coogler was sketchy. Okay, none of these things that she is saying adds up to a bank robbery. I mean, am I wrong here? Oh, look at how he's dressed. I'm pregnant. I mean, how does this add up to a bank robbery? Wow, y'all got some stupid ass tellers. Banks across the US have attempted to use customer dress code policies as a way to combat bank robberies. Washington Mutual Bank began posting signs in its more than 2,200 branches across the country, asking customers to remove all hoodies, helmets, and sunglasses. In 2007, the First National Bank of Michigan implemented no hats, no hoodies, no sunglasses program in 2015. Bank of America does not have a public policy about customer dress code in their banks and does not post signs instructing customers to remove sunglasses or hoodie sweatshirts in their various locations. The teller's comments about the black hat and sunglasses raising suspicions as part of the bank security protocol is not reflective of Bank of America wider stance on customer dress code requirement. A company source who wished to remain anonymous told Fortune. When the teller called the police, she admitted that she did not look at the name on Coogler's ID, but did note that it was a California ID despite the branch being located in Georgia. So what? So what? He can have another ID that's from a different state. When did that become illegal? To my knowledge, since Bank of America is nationwide, no matter where you live in the country, you can go to any Bank of America and use their services. I did when I went down to Atlanta. you know, when I left New Jersey and traveled down to Atlanta to visit families, I used a branch down there. You should be able to use any branch in the country. Oh my goodness, he had a California ID. This is Atlanta. When the police arrived, they found a black SUV parked in front of the bank. They detained not only Coogler, but also his driver and his baby nurse, who was a passenger in the car. We deeply regret that this incident occurred. It never should have happened, and we have apologized to Mr. Coogler, the senior vice president of media relations. Bill Halden told Fortune. More accusations of discrimination. John Pittman III, an African American attorney, tried to cash a $12,000 settlement check in San Diego branch in 2021. And I remember that. I did a video on it and showed three different forms of ID: a birth certificate, passport, and driver's license. Pittman was accused of trying to steal by the branch manager who said she felt she had to call the police. Pittman was not a customer of the bank and did not have an account. Pittman and Coogler are not alone, only African Americans that are always accused by these banks, because we've seen Wells Fargo did this a few times along with other branches. The firm was sued by 5 Black employees for racial discrimination in 2007. The lawsuit claimed that the wealthy clients were steered to white employees and that Black workers were also discriminated against for promotions and pay. Yeah, way to go, Bank of America. Sound just like the rest of them. Bank of America was also fined $2 million for race discrimination in 2013 after a judge found that the bank applied unfair and inconsistent selection criteria, resulting in the rejection of qualified African American applicants for teller and entry level clerical and administrative positions, according to U.S. Department of Labor. In 2019, the bank employee refused to open a joint bank account for an African American woman, Robin Murphy, and her son Jason at the Owings Mill branch because the son's social security number was allegedly fraudulent, despite Jason already having a checking account and and having a previously used social security number without issue. Wow. I mean, it's like one story after the next, one story after the next. And I could see if you were right on these accounts. You're never right. Wow. While Bank of America is facing backlash on Twitter and over alleged racial profiling, the teller who alerted the bank about Coogler, this was at the Buckhead section of Atlanta, was Black. And what difference does that make? I mean, the bank is still responsible for the actions of their employees. So, Bank of America, man, I would sue them. Many people still view the incident of Coogler's arrest as deeply anti Black, irrespective of the teller's race. So, it's amazing how you always consistently make these accidents on the same group of people. It never fails. It never fails. Stories like this often get framed as celebrity news, but this is a story about systemic racism. If this happened to Ryan Coogler at the bank, then the bank has done this to Black folks who didn't direct one of the biggest films of all times. Bell wrote on Twitter. Yeah, they're right about that. You know, but this has happened so many times. I did the one on US Bank, and then we had the doctor that went there with her first paycheck, and they had an issue with her. And I mean, this just gets tiring after a while. Why don't you just say and admit you have set up all these institutions to always have some suspicion about us, even when we're not even doing anything wrong or attempting to do something wrong? Woo. Look at America fall. Look at it fall. Look at it fall. In fact, look at it fall for you worldwide. Just look at it. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.